My husband refused to stop making my daughter uncomfortable. So, I have a 14-year-old daughter, and my husband has 2 sons who are 10. My daughter's dad passed away when she was just 2, and my stepson's mom died when they were around 5. My husband was pretty used to walking around the house naked after showering since it was just boys around. But now there's me and my daughter, who again is a teenager. My daughter leaves her door open because of something that happened when she was younger. We had to evacuate, and her door got stuck, so she's a bit traumatized by it. Also, my husband has this habit of walking out of the bathroom naked after taking a shower, just strolling to the bedroom all chill while scrolling on his phone. My daughter came to me the other day complaining that she doesn't want to see him like that. I told my husband about it, and he was like, okay, but then he got annoyed with my daughter for bringing it up instead of just letting it go. I explained that she thinks seeing her stepfather naked is really disrespectful to both of them, and she values his privacy. He suggested she just start closing her door, even though he knows about her trauma, and then he said to get her into therapy. She's already in therapy and is actually getting better at shutting the door when she changes. He got all mad, saying I was choosing her over him. We've been going back and forth for like 3 days about the same thing, which is why I'm here. My daughter said she could just handle it because she hates hearing us argue. Update. Wow. Thanks for the nice and helpful words, but the other stuff? So for some context, since a lot of you seem to have misunderstood things here, we were dating for 4 years before we got married. We've been married for just 2 months. We talked about his habit before we got hitched, and he told me he didn't do it anymore. When my daughter went to my parents' place for summer break, I stayed with him and kept an eye on him. After he moved in, that's when I started noticing he was back to his old ways, just scrolling on his phone. I brought it up and said, if you don't want to wear clothes, at least throw on a robe. He agreed. This was just 4 days before my daughter got back. Honestly, I never really pay attention to him when he's in the shower, but a couple of days before my daughter came home, I was putting away her clothes when I saw him walk out of the shower, totally bare. I told him he needed to cover up. I'm not the mean type, just trying to make things work. The next day, while my daughter was at a party, he took a shower and came out in a robe, which made me think we were making progress. But on the day my daughter came back, he asked her a question right after she arrived. I was just dusting my desk when I caught her name, and she came over to say she didn't like seeing him like that. That's when I had a talk with him, and everything from my post happened after that. I've always put my daughter before anyone except for God. Now, here's the update. My husband took a shower this morning, and before he got in, I told him to bring his robe with him. He did. Then I sent my daughter downstairs and waited in her room to see what he would do. He came out of the bathroom and stood in front of her door, just scrolling through his phone. When he walked into her room and saw me, I told him I was really upset that he was doing this habit on purpose. I even threatened to call the cops and told him he and his kids could pack up. He got angry and claimed I wouldn't let him be himself. I said he could be himself in his own space. I immediately knew what had to be done, whether it was nice or not. I asked him how long he's been doing this and what else he's done to her. I wanted to know why he feels so comfortable acting this way and why he won't just wear a robe. This is just not normal. He insisted he hasn't done anything to her and claimed she's just getting in the way of him loving me. I could tell he was lying. I told him he can answer those questions when the cops ask him. We're getting a divorce, and honestly, I've decided not to get married again for my daughter's mental health. I can't risk putting her through more trauma. I really love my daughter, but honestly, I don't think I deserve her. I should have seen it sooner, but I didn't. A lot of you were right. He was just a predator trying to get to my daughter through me. Also, sorry I didn't read all y'all comments at it. Was a lot of them.